Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to give the TRX4 a little bit of love. So we've got some upgrades to do on the TRX4, which I've been holding off doing. I don't know why. I've had this stuff for a while, so we got to get it done. So we're putting the deep treads on the Traxx, so that's what I'm running on my TRX4. This TRX4 is the original TRX4, so I got this 4 years ago when it was first released. It's pretty much stock. I haven't done much to it, but the tracks. So the tracks we're changing out are the 8877s. That's for the new Deep Terrain Traxx. These are the old tracks. Huge difference. huge difference in them. So you can kind of see the difference in the lug. So we're getting rid of the old and putting on the new. So I've already got 2 of them done. Because I didn't want to do all 4 in front of you guys and waste your time, just show you a couple of them, because it's not a hard thing to change out. It's just there's a few things you have to remember when you're changing these out. The instructions are pretty good. I quickly just had a look at them. There's only one screw that you have to take out to get the track off, to loosen the track. And there's just one adjustment here that it shows on the figure 3 here. The distance between these 2 wheels has to be around the 2.5 millimeter mark. And on the first 2, I couldn't get it at 2.5. I got it at like 2.55 on one, I think, and 2.56 or something on the other one. If I went back, it was too loose. If I went down too far, it was like 1 point something. So I stuck with the 2.6 roughly, because you can't get it perfect, but I didn't want the tracks to be too loose. So yeah, very simple to do. The instructions are pretty good. You just got to remember which direction your tracks are going to, and it does give you a diagram here. The tracks are all marked. The old ones, I don't know if the old ones were marked. Yeah, the old ones were marked. They mark them with rear. And these ones have no writing on the track side of it, where these ones have the Traxxas track. So that's going to be facing, of course, forward. And each one on the back. So this one here is your front. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's marked right there by my finger, front. And then rear. They are different sizes, of course. So there's the rear right by my thumb. Very simple to do. We also have a servo that I need to put into the chassis. We'll do that later. I did blow the servo on the old track system, so I kept the stock servo in it, and of course I blew it. And I've got a BEC, the 2262 part number, the Traxxas BEC to put in, and I also have a metal servo horn to put on that servo. And the servo I've got is an Amazon special, because I've had good luck with them, and it's a 35 kg servo, so it should be more than enough that I need to run these tracks. Where the stock one, I think I burnt it out within 20 minutes of using it on the old ones, which I kind of knew it would do that. So we'll get right into the tracks. They're easier. These 2 are already done. So they have the new track system on them, or the new treads on them, facing forward. So a lot of difference compared to these ones. Huge difference. Much deeper thread. So we'll get them out of the way. Move them off to the side. Let me get my mouse out of the way. So very simple to do. Hopefully you guys can see this. I got the camera above me again today. I'm trying these new angles. So this is the rear of the track. So this is at the back side when you have it attached to the rig. I think these are the left side. And of course they mark them. Yeah, so on the tracks they're marked. I don't know if you guys can see that. The GoPro doesn't focus in very well. Rear left, and then this one would be front left. So that's the right side that I already done, and this is the left side. I didn't take the spring mount off of the truck. I just loosened the screw that holds the spring mount on. I didn't want to take the whole holding mechanism that's basically the front of the portals on there that you have to put on. So I didn't want to take that off. I just took that screw out, left the screw back on the truck. So yeah, so we're gonna get these changed out. They're a little dirty. I've got some grass and stuff inside them. I cleaned them the best I could, but when we get them apart, I'll get some of the grass out before I put them back together if there's anything left in there, especially in the wheel. So on that wheel, I just want to note there's this nut that goes on. Once you put this on and you put the axle nut on, this goes on. You can get to the axle nut with this on. This holds a mechanism in here, and it holds this, which is the gears that turn the teeth on the track up top. They go into there, and then there's a bearing on each side. So this is a big bearing. There's a big bearing on this side underneath this cap, and this, you can see the little teeth in there. It runs inside there. So just be careful when you're changing them out that you don't drop this or lose it, or you know, if you could damage these teeth, and then you'll never get it back in there right. So all I do is I put it back in, get it lined up. Sometimes they're a bugger to get in there. I get it back in there, and then I just put this screw back on because that's what holds it in place. So I just put that back on, and then we'll start taking off. So you've got the rear and the front of the track. So this is toward the front of the vehicle. This is the rear track, by the way, to the front. This first screw right here at the top, you see the 1, 2, 3 screws. This is the one that you want to take off. So we just take that screw out, and it's a 2mm screw. So they're pretty long screws, but they don't take too long to get out. So we pull that screw out. Screw comes out. See, pretty long screw, but it's just threaded into the backside here, so it's not really a lot of threads. And then you just pull that out, and it loosens your track, and then your track can come right off. Okay, there's the old track. You can see I got a lot of crap in there, but a lot of it's just grass and stuff. I think the last time I ran it was spring, and that's when the grass is dead, and it got in there and tears up and stuff and gets in there, and I blew the servo, and that was the end of the fun. And then I just let it sit for the whole summer. I didn't get to it at all until I finally ordered the parts. So there's a little bit of grass still in there. I'll just kind of try and clean that out. Just make sure when you're doing this, you do your maintenance on them, clean them up. Okay, we just clean them up. I don't see a whole lot left in there. A little bit of stuff flying there, but not too bad. So to put the new one on, this is how quick it is, guys. Let me get some of this grass off of here. Yeah, we grab our front, so they come on a piece of board like this in a bag, and you just make sure you get the right ones. So we're doing the rear, so you got to make sure you get the rear, because they are different sizes. You can see there, front, rear, a little bit of a different size. So we know we're doing the rear. Those are the old ones. Get them out of the way. I will keep those just in case I destroy one of these. And then you'll look here, you see that it's got tracks, and the tracks are angled this way, and this is the back of the track. So if we are to put it on, this part here is the front, this is the back. And this sits up in here, and it's on a spring in there so that it can move, of course, with terrain. And these ones do not. Okay, they're solid. Okay, so that track would go on like that. Now the 2.5mm gap they're talking about in the instructions is this gap between these two wheels. This you can turn. There's a screw threaded pin in there that allows you to tighten or loosen. So you just take your caliper and zero it out, and then you go into here. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. I don't want to get too much in the shot. And you measure that distance in between, and we're at 2.54. So we're at 2.54. I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to leave it there, because if I turn it, it'll open it or close it, and it'll go past, like, we'll go way past the 2.5 that they're saying. So we're going to leave it as is. We don't have to adjust this one at all. Okay, turn that caliper off. Again, make sure your tracks are going in the right way. So Traxxas, the word Traxx actually on the front is going to be to the front, and your angle of your track is going to be to the front. So we need to go like that. So Traxx read the right way. I was reading it upside down, and the angle is this way. So it's going to go. They're going to go on like this. So it's fairly easy to get them on. What I do is I take this, push it all the way up like that, and then I just start at the top, and I just pull them down. They're a little flexible, so you can get them on there. It is pretty tight though until you get it past the wheels. So once you get it on there, make sure I've got the rear. Nope, I knew I could tell right away that that wasn't right. I got the front. A little too tight. That is the front. We need the rear. And again, it's marked inside. So I should have paid attention there. So again, just be careful with the way you're doing it with your shock back there. You don't want to screw that up. Bust that off in any way. And we got the tracks. We're going this way. Nope, we're going this way. Yep, we're going that way. So now we should be able to get this on a lot easier because we got the right size. So it just pulls back over, and you can see these sit in between your cogs here. So that, just make sure that they get in between there, and you know you're centered. And the wheels run on the outside of the cogs, like these back wheels here, they all run on the outside. So the cog goes down the middle, okay? And we just take that piece and pull back, get it back in like so, and then we have the right tension on the track, and then we put the screw back in. So very quick, very easy to do. But I'm sure they're going to make a huge difference. I would like to get out in the snow with these eventually. When you're tightening it down, don't over tighten it. You can see how they're coming out of the back here. Just bring it so that it's just coming out of the back. You don't have to over tighten it, or else you're going to start stripping that out and causing other problems. While you're in there, I usually would just go around and I double check these just to make sure, and they both spin. So you can see if you turn one, they both spin. My concern is that I've got a loose one that's spinning too loose, so I just go in, because there's bearings and bushing. I think there's just bushings in there, actually, not bearings. It's just a solid bushing. The only bearings are up here. These are bushings. So it might be a good idea to look to see if there's a bearing kit for that and change these out to bearings. I'm sure there is, because yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. They're not too tight. Not too tight. Everything looks good. That's how simple it is. So that's one done. Well, three done now. We'll do the same with this one. Again, it is that top screw here for the front. A little bit shorter of a track. That's the back of the track. That's the front of the track as it's situated on the chassis. So we'll give this a measure. Make sure you're zeroed. And we're 2.57. So again, I'm not going to touch that because I'm sure we'll do it anyways, just so I can show you. So that distance there is 2.57 millimeters. If you turn it towards yourself, it opens it up. And now we're going to be way beyond that 2.5. Oops. So now we're at 3 point, oh, hold on. 3 point, nope. We're at 2.92. So you see what I mean? They're saying 2.5, but if you go out one more, it goes way past. And if we go in one extra, it's going to be way too small. So we're zeroed, and we're doing that measurement. Now we're 1.97. So that's how much smaller that gap is. We'll just measure that again because I think I moved it. 2.23. And it needs to be at least 2.5 is what the instructions are saying. So I'm going to leave it again at that, whatever it is now, 2.57 I think we were. 2.56. So we're at 2.56. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know how blurry that's going to be. So we're going to leave it at that. Again, fold it up grab your new one, rear, front. We're going this way. Pull it on top. Just, you don't have to really force it too much if you got the right track. Hey, we're on. Pull this little clip again. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm pulling it down and just pulling outwards on the track, pushing that back into place. Give it a twist to make sure we're in the cogs nice and even, and we can put our screw back in. And that's it. Then it's just a matter of mounting them back up to the truck, and voila, you got your new Traxx on. So next on the list, we're going to be doing the BEC on the chassis. So I will get all this buttoned up. I will get these put to the side and get the cover off of the receiver box and everything on the chassis, and then we will come back and we'll get into that. Alright, so I will be right back once we get that done, and we'll get everything buttoned up, and we should be ready to go back out on the trails with a new Traxx, new servo, and a BEC to handle that new servo. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, welcome back, and we're getting ready to install the servo and the Traxxas BEC. So I've got everything taken, pretty much stripped down what we need to do. Something flying around me here, sorry. I've got the instructions. I quickly looked through them. It's pretty basic. In the new part, which again is the 2262, which is the BEC from Traxxas, and it includes everything you need to install it. A new receiver cover, new gasket seal if you need it. Mine's in pretty good shape, so I don't think I'm going to change it out, but I'll hold on to that in case I destroy the one I got, because I'm sure eventually this truck may get upgraded to a different radio and a different EEC eventually. I haven't blown the stock one yet, the XL5, so we're going to keep using it till it goes. Same with the servos. I haven't gone through any of the 2066, I think they are, 2065 servos, the mini servos, the micro servos. So you get, in the pack, you get some silicone grease, which is nice to have for your wires. You get 3 foamies, and I know what this one's for, and I know what this one's for. I don't remember what this one's for, but we'll look through the instructions. So you get 3 foamies. You get the wire cover. Oh, that's what that third one is for. It's for the wire cover, probably right in there. Okay, so you get the wire cover and the 2 screws and a zap strap to hold that wire cover on. So it's just a replacement cover, which is a little bit taller than the, I'll get the screws in there, a little bit taller than the stock to accommodate the BEC, which is going to go right on top of the receiver. Okay, so we'll get right into it. Those are your parts. I'm going to put those in the new lid, and we're going to put the old one aside. So the first thing to do is you want to take this L-shaped foamy, and you're going to put it on your top of your receiver. I prefer doing the bottom of the BEC first, because you can see that they've got it notched out there. A nice little flat spot, and I've already cleaned it with alcohol so that we get a good stick. So we're just going to peel the one side here. I thought I could do it with one finger, show it for you, and we'll get that on to the BEC. I'm sure people have already seen this video out. Like I said, this TRX4 is 4 years old. It's the original, so I haven't done nothing to it. It's the gray Defender version, so notice that the mud guards and everything, they're still with the body, not like the new chassis where they're built into the chassis. So this is the older chassis, okay, there. And then they want us to mount it. Get that little piece off. Right on this side. That's why they have that L shape, is for your telemetry plug. That's a hard word to say when you're not used to saying it. And get her in there. And give her a push down. Okay, and she's in there. And to hook it up, so this is the one that we want that's going to be running over to the EEC, and they give you a splitter so that you can connect her up. I'm just going to go back to the instructions, and I know we have to unplug, remove the backing from the outside, yeah, loosen the screws in the battery tray, yeah, we've done the battery tray, remove the backing plug, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so it just wants us to run the wires now first before we do any of the other connections. Okay, so we're going to run these wires, and they're going to go, I've already got the battery tray loose and out of the way, so we're just going to, I'm going to turn it around. We need to unplug the ESC, which makes sense. Channel 2. Sorry guys, if my head gets in the way, I can't see which one's channel 2 on there. Channel 2, this one. Get me some pliers. We're going to take out channel 2, which is this one here. Channel 2. If my head gets in the way, guys, just give me a sec. That is channel 1, channel 1, channel 2. Third one in. So try to get that sucker out of there. There's a bit of a bugger. I got the wires, they're so nicely tucked in here. Oh man. I don't want to break any of the wires to get that sucker out. Okay, that's channel 2. That's the ESC. That one. And this will go into channel 2. The BEC goes into channel 2. Just I'm going to confirm I got the right one unplugged. They're so hard to see. Yep, channel 2. Yep, I got the right one. Okay, so when we put channel 2, hopefully I'm not taking this out of the shot, guys. Let me get channel, the BEC in there, like so. And then this one goes into the BEC one goes into the BEC. Try to make sure we get it in there the right way. Doesn't really tell me which is positive and which is negative here. I believe it goes this way. I need to get some wire here. A little extra wire. Yep, that's the way she goes. That plugs into there, and we should be good. Okay, so we got that all wired up. Of course, the cover is going to go on there like so. I wish I could pull some of this wire back. We sure got a lot of it. Oh, I'll deal with the wiring later. So there's basically that. I'll get this buttoned up. I'll get the wiring all done, and then we will come back to you. So I'll be right back when I get all this done. Okay guys, welcome back, and I got everything buttoned up here except for the cover on the receiver box, because I'm going to be changing out the servo too, and I need to get in here, which I've already pulled the wire out. But you can see I've got all the wires nicely buttoned up over here, all routed. The tray back on, the battery tray is back in, and the wire for the BEC is all wired through. Hopefully I did it right, because it's all buttoned back up together, and I guess I'll find out when I fire it up. So yeah, so now it's just the servo that needs to be changed, and I've already disconnected it from the box. I'm hoping that I don't have to put an extension on the new one. Here's the new one, because that's quite a long distance to go, but I got a feeling I might have to. So this again is 35 kg. It did come with a metal servo horn, but I'm going to be using the Traxxas one, as long as it's a 25 tooth. Hopefully it is. I got the 8247X, which is the Traxxas metal horn, and I got the 35 kg servo from Amazon. So that's what's going to go in next. We're going to be probably fine. Good, excellent. Okay, so to get the servo out, it's pretty basic. I'm just going to disconnect the link right now. So go underneath it and get the servo horn and the steering system disconnected from the... I don't want to lose all my screws here. In there. Hopefully we don't have any issues with that fitting, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a problem. No, shouldn't be. I just want to get center on that servo. So I've got a battery here that we will stick in here. Negative is that way. We got power. And why don't we get that mounted first? No, let's get that mounted in there first. So this is going to go this way. And we'll definitely run that wire off camera, so I'm not wasting your guys' time again. So there. Oh, perfect fit. There's little, on the Traxxas here, they put little, on the one side, not both sides, but they have little nipples there, so that you know that it's lined up and it's going to stay and not twist on you. That's really nice. This is the first time I've gone in this deep into the TRX4, so that's kind of nice. So we'll get these back in. In there. So I just wanted to show that now we get the servo horn, and we'll get that put on once we get the servo centered, and that's what this little bad boy comes in handy for. I did a video for this, reviewing this. I'll leave a link to it up there somewhere, somewhere up there I think. I'll leave a link to that. I need to get that cut open. To that video. These are really handy to have, especially for simple things like this, or out on the trail and you got to do a servo change. It comes in handy. So okay, so we'll get that. We don't need, it's not 100% sure what happened to that bad boy, but she fried. Plug that in. We'll flip the truck over. I know you guys probably won't be able to see that We'll get the servo plugged in, and negative that way. Oh, why did we lose power? Did I go backwards here? Negative there. Well, maybe that battery is dead. That battery might be dead, I don't know. We lost power there. Try this one. Negative that way. There we go. And negative that way, signal that way. Oh, something's going on there with that servo. So we got negative with signal, yeah. So what's going on there? We're the right way. I wonder if there's just not enough juice in my batteries here to run that bad boy. Maybe not, eh? That shows a lot of... yeah, it's the batteries. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm sorry. All else fails, go a little bit bigger. Go a little bit bigger. So that's a LiPo, 2S LiPo. There we go, we got a nice bright blue there now. And signal negative. Oh, that's we're plugged into the wrong spot here. Hopefully that didn't screw it up. Okay, we got power. Signal negative. There, I heard her go. So we are at neutral. Servo's working. Can you hear that? Nice. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. So we're going to go to neutral. That's our neutral. We're going to get this horn on. And where is my link? Oh, come on. Why is my link stuck in there? So we want it something very tight to get in there, guys. I might want to have done that off the... I don't think that's going to fit that servo, is it? Can't tell here. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. So we gotta come back just a little bit. One or two teeth here. Right there. There's center. Nope, we gotta come back quite a bit more. Quite a bit more. Okay guys, I will get this buttoned up and we'll get the Traxx on and we'll get a battery in it and we'll make sure everything is good. I'll be back in a bit. Okay guys, we're back and we got her all buttoned up and everything is done, and I've put a battery in and we got the Traxx back on. I really like the look of those big ass Traxx. They're awesome. So we got the Traxx on. So we've done the BEC upgrade. Fix that. And we've done the steering servo upgrade. And we have the new Deep Terrain Traxx on the Traxx system. So we're going to just make sure we're good. Radio is on. We will turn this on. I didn't see any smoke. Oh yeah, look at that, turning on the bench. Nice. Very fast. That's pretty good for that Amazon servo. So we got servo working, and we got traction. And make sure my diffs are locked. With the Traxx on, you want to be locked up. And we're locked up. We're good to go. We're good to go. Awesome. Alright guys, well that's that. So thanks for coming and watching the video today of us upgrading the TRX4, which has been a long time coming, and again it's actually my oldest trail truck. It's the first one I bought, so I've given it some love today, and hopefully maybe a new motor sooner or later, because I don't know how well that motor is going to be doing with these tracks, but we'll start looking for a better motor eventually. And of course the ESC I think I'll change out once it burns, but I'm not going to change it out until I have issues with it. There's no sense. We'll keep what's stock until we have issues. So yeah, so thanks for joining me today guys, and give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what you've done with your original TRX4, if you've done the BEC or changed out, just went to a different EEC. I decided to go with the BEC and keep the stock stuff. So let me know, give me a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber here, please subscribe and click that bell so you'll be notified when I put up new content. So again guys, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you at the next one. Everybody stay safe.